Alright, this is a little video to help you with Challenge 10. A lot of students are having problems with the model view controller concept. So I'm going to draw a little diagram that should help you out a little bit. Okay, for Challenge 9, a lot of students had analog and digital in the same class. This box represents a class. So you had analog and digital in the same class. In that class, you had variables such as seconds elapsed, you had timeline. Okay, there are more variables in this, but these are some of the basic variables. You also had buttons for the interface. You had label for the digital clock. Okay, you also had other things. Then you had some functionality like set on action. You also had a start function and a stop function and other functions that I'm not going to put on here for now. So the variables are the data. Okay, you can take these and put them into the model class. Your buttons are part of for the interface. Okay, you can take these, put them into the view. Now the view will be the FXML file. And you have your set on action and your functionality here. These can actually go into the controller or the model. It doesn't matter whether your start and stop go into the controller or the model, but they must be called from the controller. Now the set on action, that must be into the controller. But the start and stop, they can be in the model, they can be in the controller. The most important thing is that they're called in the controller, because the controller talks to the view. The controller also talks to the model talks back to the controller talks back to the view. However, the model does not directly talk to the view. So this communication is not there. So for an example, let's say we have a button on the view. The user clicks the button to start the clock. That will talk to the set on action event handler in the controller. That event handler will call the start function in the model. The start function will start the timeline. If that start was successful, it will talk back to the controller through the return value of the function. Then the controller will update the view. And then it'll repeat it. They click the stop button, talk to the controller, talk to the event handler. The event handler will call the stop function. The stop function will stop the timeline in the model. If it was successfully stopped, it'll talk back to the controller and then stop the interface. It'll stop the dial and it'll also stop the digital. So this is the basic concept of model view controller, and hopefully this will help you separate one class into the 3 separate classes.